Good evening, guys. This is Cedric Lee. For my book talk, I wanted to tell you about a book that I was introduced to last year. It was part of a series by author. His name is Christopher Paul Curtis, and the name of the book is called "The Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963." And if you're familiar with the civil rights movement, you know that 1963 was a pretty turbulent year as far as race relations in America. Well, against that backdrop, a young man, his name is Kenny, him and his family, who are natives of Detroit, well, Flint, Michigan, they visit the South during that summer. And in the South, there are different rules, especially in that era, as you could imagine. And so they experienced the not so gentle uh, relationship between blacks and whites in Alabama. Now, the thing about Kenny, he is a fourth grader, very bright, very well read. His principal would have him walk around reciting poems of encouragement to people. Uh, so he's smarter than your average bear, so to speak. His brother Byron, who's also intelligent, but he shows his skills in different ways. Byron is mad, but he's not quite sure why he's so angry. He's at a difficult age. He's not quite sure if he's a man or is he a young lad, and he f- he basically fights and gets himself in trouble a lot in his Flint, Michigan surroundings. He has some really tough friends. I mean, one name is Buckhead. I don't know if you're familiar with the term, but if you got a friend named Buckhead, he's probably not to be trifled with. Anyhow, let me tell you this. So his mom and dad, Kenny's mom and dad, decides to take a summer vacation to Alabama. That's where Kenny's mom is from, and it will be an opportunity for her and her family to visit her mother, who's still living, and kind of reattach themselves to a gentler time, a slightly less than hectic pace, and also one of the thoughts is that maybe the oldest son could stay out of trouble. We show him a better way because grandma don't really. She's not that understanding. She will either get you right or, well, there are no other choices. You either get right or you get gone. Anyhow, while they're in Alabama, they have many different adventures. Most of all, there's swimming holes. They get active in church and Sunday school, and they even have a calling to help get active in the civil rights march. They they help drum up support for voters' rights, and it's during this era that a very tragic event happens to the 16th Street Baptist Church. The author takes a bit of history and mixes it in with fiction to make it more relatable, to kind of bring the horror of the 16th Street church bombing to life, if you will. Anyhow, I forgot about my favorite character. He has a young sister. Kenny has a young sister that looks up to him. Her name is Joey. I know. And she's very cute. She plays by the rules. If you tell her to do something, she does something. She's the typical young sister. real great to be around. Joey really likes the church, and she gets involved in the choir, and she goes to Sunday school. And the morning that she goes to Sunday school, let me tell you, that's when the bombing happens. And so everyone is upset because they think that Joey is at the church. Now, I'm not going to ruin it for you, just to let you know that if you recall, four young little girls lost their life that day. And however, Joey, who's a fictional character, did not. But anyhow, read the book, check it out. It's well written, well paced. It's the vernacular is 1960s with that feel and that touch, but the emotions, the thought processes, watching how this event shaped the family and the young boys. That is still relatable even for today. Anyhow, that is my book talk. That is my opinion. The Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963. This book has won awards by Christopher Paul Curtis. Anyhow, my name is Cedric Lee. I thank you for your time.